such gorgeous thick hair. So, you want to move over to a more natural hair experience. Cut out the straighteners and really work with your natural curl, am I right?
Yeah.
This makes me super excited to hear because I'm a curly girl myself. And don't get me wrong, I do use heat sparingly for different styles that require heat, but 95% of the time I really try to look after my hair, work with my natural curl, and just keep it nice and healthy. So, what we'll do today, I'll go through some products with you, some techniques maybe, how to apply, where to apply, just so you get a bit more of an understanding on how to work with curly hair. How does that sound?
Yeah, great.
And then, you can also think about some monthly treatments, something I would definitely recommend just to get, you've been straightening it for a long time, so it's dry, it's damaged, it's not going to happen overnight. We've got to get it back to healthy, put the protein back in, put the moisture back in, and that is all going to just take a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. But before we do that, if it's okay with you, when I have clients in this space, I really like to relax them, ground them. I think it's really important, the energy in the room, that when you come in, you leave lighter. You leave lighter than when you came in, sorry. So I'm going to start with a gentle cleanse where I'll just be going up and down this area with a selenite stick, just getting rid of any baggage of the day, any weight. Does that sound okay? Brilliant. Okay. Feel free to just close your eyes, just relax. Try and sort of empty out your head. I really like to work mostly around the shoulders because that is where people tend to hold tension and stress. That is normally where all of your worries sit. And then also people hold a lot of pressure here around the temples. So I like to make sure I clear that area out. I'm super sensitive to energy. I like to do this on myself when I'm feeling heavy. And I can definitely pick up some energy here in your neck. going to release some pressure in the shoulders. Deep breath in when I apply the pressure, and then let it go when I take the pressure off. And let it go. And in. And then just release it. One more time. And then release. And then let's get to the super fun part. Okay. First step, and most important, detangle spray. I'm trying to move into a much more natural hair care routine. And what I mean by that is some more silicone, paraben, sulfate-free products. I've been looking for the Holy Grail of hair care for curly girls for years. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I am yet to find it. I'm just going to turn you slightly here. So I have gone through a lot of products. I've trialled and tested a ton. I actually even have a bunch of new ones being ordered over the next few days. I'm going to really give this a good brush, simply because when I apply the products that we're going to be using today to hydrate and to try and encourage that natural curl, I want to really be distributing that evenly throughout the hair, and any knots or tangles along the way are going to prevent me being able to get a smooth and easy application. And once again, my famous brush coming to the rescue. Your hair's quite cool, it's quite naturally wavy, and it's still managing to just glide through. I've talked about this brush quite a lot with other clients and hair types, and it is definitely my holy grail of brushes. Almost there. Really making sure we don't ignore that underneath. There we go. Okay. The key with applying products to curly hair and to encourage a smoother curl is to make sure that that hair is really wet. As wet as possible rather than damp. Let's turn you round so I can see you in the mirror. So this is a Detangle spray that I've just bought, which has got no nasties, no sulfate, no paraben. And actually I've been through quite a few of them that just don't do the job without some of the nasties in. And this one is, I'm really impressed with, by a brand called My Little Coco, which I actually bought for my daughter and I'm using myself. Right. Right. So you're all brushed out now. And you're all sprayed and nice and damp, or wet, more than damp, you want it wet. Leave-in conditioner. Crucial. Such a crucial part of your hair care step for curly hair. So this is an anti-frizz, smoothing and hydrating leave-in conditioner. So this is going to put all the moisture in. Really give it that drink that it needs. A little bit more because you've got so much hair. But I find this product, which is a Olaplex, to really kind of coat the hair but without leaving it sticky. I can already caught in your ear piercing. I can already tell that your hair just drinks product just from this first application. So that kind of gives me an idea on how much product to use going forward. I'm going to go in now with a hydrating cream. This is by a company called, if I can get it undone, there it is. This is by a company called Only Cows, who make products specifically for curly hair, and they also use no nasties. So no parabens, no sulfates, no silicons. And I'm actually really enjoying their products at the moment. I feel like I'm getting some fairly good results with my curls. I cannot say the same thing for the Olaplex in terms of no nasties. But it is a good product and it does do what it says on the tin. Just want to work that in. think I was going to go in with an only curls sort of curl activator, but I can already see that it's starting to respond just to this product that I've put in. So I think a little oil. I'm going to go in with a heavier, much weightier, dense oil. I was going to use a more serumy, lighter based one for you, but having now really got into your hair and amongst it, felt its texture, I know that it needs something much heavier. I'm going to take this ring off actually, because that is just getting caught there in your hair. Just want to work that product all the way to the end. Okay. I'm starting to feel how I would want it to feel. There we go. Okay. What you want to start to see is the curl's natural form. So the way in which it's falling, for example here, you can see that this is starting to spin in that direction. So I'm just going to encourage that. I'm going to help cultivate that a little bit more. And I'm going to spend some time doing that with all of the bits that I can really see a natural pattern occurring. I'm also going to try let's have a little look here. Let's have a look. So that's going that way actually. So I'm going to I'm actually going to use a different oil. So this is a lighter, more serum style. I can feel that these ends are still a little dehydrated. dehydrated. So I'm going to run some of this through there. And I can straight away see that shine. They really needed that. Just from years of straightening. Just manipulate that in. There we go. I think we actually need a little bit more oil here. This is the Olaplex bonding oil. This is really lightweight. So if your hair's super thirsty, it's better used as a finishing product. So when the hair's starting to dry, or even on my curls, I would put it on now. I've got a bit of a flyaway day. And it will just take any of the kind of fluffiness away. So let's start pulling out some pieces. Here I can see a piece here. That's starting to formulate a bit of a curl. And here. I want to just drop it down and see which direction it's moving in, and then just swoosh it softly, not tight, around your finger. You've got to remember we've got years of work or damage to undo. Years of using the straightening irons. This is something you need to be consistent and persistent with. That's better. So I'm just going to turn you round, and I'm going to just keep repeating that same pattern. Just trying to encourage a curl. Let it find its natural path. And if you it's definitely there, it wants to come out. It's like, oh, this is what I'm meant to be doing. It's been kind of forced for a long time into an unnatural pattern with the heat and the ions. So we're just gotta get it to remember that it's wavy and curly, and it's not meant to be straight. So it's just starting to show a bit more willingness to curl. I will probably have to spray this side down when we get here because it's started to dry out, and we really want to keep it damp while we're manipulating the curl. The underneath is really enjoying being curled. It doesn't have to be neat sections, just whatever you can see. So you can see that that's falling this way, so I'm going the same direction, just giving it a little twist, a little helping hand to encourage it to dry. I actually think I went the wrong way there. Let's have a look. Yeah, did. There we go. Just going to spray this down a bit actually. And I will just spray this side while I'm here. There we go. Where were we? Nice and loose. You don't want to coil it, tighten it up. You want it, you're just encouraging it. You're just kind of showing it the way and letting it do its own thing. Curls aren't meant to look neat. Have I gone the right way there? Yeah. There we go. See, just following the natural pattern, turning you round. I'm going to get that side. You can see already the difference here. we've curled these. Started to fall into more of a waterfall of curls. So let's get this side done. That's already really forming lovely. I'm going to just, if that's alright, move you here just so I can get to this side. I'm going to leave that out because that is already looking lovely. So really as these start to dry, this is going to be trial and error for you as well, because you're going to probably try different products, apply too much one time and then not enough the next time, and it's going to take you a minute to find your feet, what works, how much am I applying. But as long as you're following these sort of basic techniques, once you get that product application just right, just give the hair some time to heal. You will get there. Right, so I can see this is falling this way. I love to see a curl come together. It just makes me so happy. Lovely, and again that way. There we go. Curls for days. It's actually a lot curlier than I thought. I thought it was more wavy, but as I'm getting to the front, I'm seeing that you've got a real curl, girl. So as this dries, that's when you're really going to know, product-wise, where we stand. If we may have applied a little too much, maybe next time we apply a little less. Can't quite see. Okay, so we have really got some gorgeous little curls coming on there. That is actually a lot curlier than I was expecting.
It is curly.
So curly. So it's really just about the right product, the right application, the right technique, and then just really hydrating it. And keep doing this every time you wash it, and you will get that curl back. What do you think? Looks gorgeous.
The curls.
I know, I'm so impressed with them.